Is Mia. I am a dual degree graduate student studying public administration and criminal justice, and I show you what my life is like. On this channel, I have education videos, fashion videos, technology videos, hair videos, nail videos, and a lot more. And y'all are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. So this live stream is all about talking about The Thing, of the movie review. We all watched a movie, hopefully, and we're gonna discuss the parts we didn't like, etc. I also want to move pack up some additional items, right? Normally I would go to the gym, but I'm recovering from a sickness, right? So I don't want to go to the gym and risk falling down. But hello, King of the Weather. Glad you can be here. Before we get started, we're going to moisturize our nails. This is going to be like the third or fourth nail moisturization for the day. Would love to know, what are your plans today? How was your Saturday? Today is Sunday. I woke up this morning, took another Xerax, and then I made some pasta for breakfast slash lunch. It was like ravioli and it had cheese in it and tomato sauce. Wasn't really good. Honestly, it was kind of bland if I'm being honest with y'all, but it gave substance, right? So, yeah. Glad you're doing good today, King of the Weather. What are your plans for today? Would love to know. So, we're going in with some hand lotion. I recently discovered that I really like the EOS lotion. This isn't it, but I do want a bigger bottle of that EOS lotion. That one that I tried was very moisturizing, so I'll have to buy a big bottle of that one. But all things considering, this isn't a bad hand lotion in my opinion. Reason why I lotion my hands is to moisturize my nail. So in this live stream, once some more people join in, we'll get started with talking about The Thing. It is a movie that I saw. We all chose it. Let me pull up the bio for The Thing, so I'm actually saying like the accurate and correct information for everyone. King of the Weather said, I did not go to Washington County yesterday, so maybe I might go today. Okay. Well, plans change. Nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, have a great time if you do wind up going today for your soccer material. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Hello. Welcome, Hunk. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. I would love to know, what plans do you have for today? Was it a chill day for you? What country are you tuning in from? And don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. So Uniquely Mia has opened a new types of content, you can say, particularly as it relates for the live streams. And what is that content? We are going to watch a movie every week, and then on the Sunday live streams, not every Sunday, but for the Sunday live streams where we don't go to the gym, we will be discussing the movie. And I do apologize for that. YouTube, the app, it tends to glitch, so it just glitched and it logged me out, but luckily I was able to rejoin in. Thank you so much for already being a subscriber slash supporter, Hunk. Really do appreciate your support. I'm doing good today. Are you doing anything interesting today? So for this week, we watched the movie The Thing. I say we, but I watched it, and whoever wanted to engage in that movie discussion, y'all most likely watched it as well. Came out in 1982. So before we get started in discussing the movie, we'll just wait a little while longer in case anybody who did want to discuss it isn't yet on the stream, right? So we're not repeating too many things. But what are we saying? King of the Weather said, yesterday you just slept. Okay, yeah. It's okay to have those inside just sleeping days. Nothing wrong with a bed rotting day at all, especially if you're not feeling well. Okay. Very cool. What's for breakfast, guys? So let's get everything set up. I will say, I saw the movie The Thing. It wasn't the best. Honestly, it wasn't the best horror movie. It's kind of boring in my opinion, that movie. But what are we saying? What time is it? It's about 11 a.m. where I'm at. What time is it where you are? What are we saying? Your morning was chill? Okay. Nothing wrong with that. King of the Weather said, for me, it's 8:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, because your time is, different time zone. Okay, awesome. I look so pretty. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you, 19. I really appreciate it. You're pretty as well. How's your day going today? I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and the algorithm knew that you want to be part of a community where you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness, so I recommend the channel to you. Glad your day's going good, 19. What made it a good day? Are you just happy to be awake? Are you doing something very, very exciting today? Would love to know, would love to know. No, I do not have new hair. I just didn't loose down my hair today, so it's kind of like in a bun, but it's not. So yeah, it's the same hairstyle. So that's the thing. When you have braids, you can do different styles with it, which I find is pretty cool, right? And then it just keeps it in a cool protective hairstyle. But I'm Uniquely Mia, and don't forget to like the video. And if you have a question for me, if you're a new supporter here, if you don't know who I am, feel free to type a question. I'll be more than happy to answer it. The type of content that I have on my channel, it relates to fashion, travel, education. I have manicure videos. I got the hair videos for y'all, travel videos, and a lot more on this channel. I live stream on Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Fridays 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday and Sundays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the remainder of 2025. 19 said, I'm happy because I'm watching your videos. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, thank you. I'm really glad that by watching my videos, it's able to make you happy and give you like the positive dopamine, as I always say, right? So continue to watch Uniquely Mia's videos, and after the live stream, go and watch some of those full nutritional YouTube videos to make yourself more happy. But what did you guys eat for breakfast? I'm a big foodie, so I always love knowing what you guys ate. What are we saying? 3 hours behind. It's crazy. It's morning for you. Okay, cool, cool. Hey, 1984, how are you doing today? I'm currently in jail. You're giving me some type of entertainment. I appreciate you. Okay. Well, your correctional facility that you are in prison in, it's definitely using a form of rehabilitation that's keeping you in touch with modern society, right? So that's good, because once you're released, right, once you serve your sentence, you won't be, what is it? You won't know, you'll be informed, right, about how to use certain technologies and etc. Right? So glad you are enjoying the live stream. I will say that I will redirect you after the live stream to definitely go and check out some of my education videos as it relates to the criminal justice system and public administration. That could definitely be very beneficial for you, allowing you to learn about the non-criminogenic or the non-criminal side of the government, right? So yeah. King of the Weather said, Balls, how did you get in jail? Hey, Hunk, you like my... Okay, thank you. Hey, Evan, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Really appreciate you for being here. What's your day looking like today, Evan? Okay, what are we saying? Well, technically, I'm in a halfway house, but they still call it jail. Okay, so that's not jail. Halfway house isn't jail. You're outside of jail. So, yeah. But I understand what you're saying. They still call it jail because I guess that's just a term that the other people who reside in halfway homes use. But at least on my channel, I just want to, since I'm big on education, just as a disclaimer, that person said they're in jail. A halfway house is not a jail. A halfway house is like when the person is released from prison or jail. If they are still on parole sometimes and they don't have a place to stay, they're sent to a halfway home, right? But they still have rules that they have to follow. And if they violate those rules, they can go back to being incarcerated. So just for the people who don't know what a halfway house is, that's essentially what it is. But they still call it jail. I'm just looking for somebody to pray for me. I'm on my 4th DUI. God bless. Okay. God bless you as well. And yeah, definitely pray. Yeah, pray for what you want for sure. And yeah, have that strong belief system. And I'm sure that as long as you pray for it and work for it, I'm sure it'll come true for you. So yeah. What are we saying? Hey K2, how are you doing today? What are we talking about? I'm just going through the comments responding to y'all. I was waiting for some more supporters to come in the chat because today we will also be discussing the movie The Thing. That was a movie that I posted about on my channel for everyone to watch who wanted to watch it, right? If you had enough time. And in this live stream, part of like the live stream will be dedicated to discussing what we liked, what we didn't like about the movie, and etc. So we'll get into that discussion momentarily. But if you guys have any questions for me, if you want to share something, get my opinion on something before then, feel free to type it in the chat and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. So what are we saying? Evan said it's not looking good because your heater decided to break, and oh no, and now you're saying, Nicole, that sucks. No, that really sucks. I remember one time I was in my house and like the heater was on, but it was so cold outside you really didn't feel it. And when I tell you, my mom and I, we literally bundled up. We were wearing clothes inside of the house and like we had a whole bunch of blankets. So stay warm, Evan. Hot chocolate, coffee if you drink that. I know you said you drink tea a lot, so tea's gonna be your best friend, right? Turn your oven on if that's safe to do. I know when your oven's on, it can make your house a lot warmer, right? So I'm not sure if it's safe to turn your oven on with nothing in there. You do your own independent research and see if that's safe and if that's something you want to do. But hopefully that is fixed as soon as possible, right? Because it really sucks when it's really cold and the heat is not working. Welcome back, bestie. How are you doing today, cute? Glad you could be back. How's your day going today? Evan said, I just purchased one from Amazon. It's coming tomorrow. Okay, so nice. Okay, I didn't even see that. So you purchased a heater. Okay, nice. Yeah, Amazon came in with that, what is it, 1 day overnight delivery, right? King of the Weather said you're going to play Twisted on Roblox. Okay, nice. Do enjoy it. Hopefully you survive the what is it? The storms, right? Hey, how are you doing? My nails are so cute. Thank you so much. Glad you like my nails. Really appreciate it. I do it myself, so thank you so much. Most Fridays I live stream my manicures. Not every Friday, but most Fridays you can expect a live stream with a manicure from Uniquely Mia. Hey, Jaden, glad you could be here. If you're going to turn in your make sure, oh, your oven, you mean, okay. So I think somebody's given Evan some advice here. So, that Jaden said, if you're going to turn, I'm assuming you mean turn on, not turn in, but turn on your oven. Make sure you have a big pot with water in it. Okay, because you don't want the fumes to, okay, explode, okay. Do you mean explode? Okay. But thank you so much for that. So, Evan, if you want to do your own independent research, I always say fact check is very important, so make sure fact check that, right? And if you want to follow along what Jaden said, hopefully maybe that could help in like making your house a lot more warmer, right? Before your heater arrives tomorrow. Cute said, are you going to be live tomorrow, bestie? But I'm back. I missed you. You were definitely missed from the stream. Welcome back, everybody. All Uniquely Mia supporters, y'all are definitely missed when you're not on the stream. And yes, I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Can I paint your face? I'm an artist. Are you asking permission to like paint my face virtually? I mean, you could do that. I mean, my mom was like, I can make a coloring book about Uniquely Mia, so I guess that's something you would be interested in. So I can make something like that, the coloring book Uniquely Mia, right? And just a big disclaimer for y'all guys, just want to put it out there. I trademarked the name Uniquely Mia. Well, Queen Mother trademarked the name Uniquely Mia. So that means you guys can't use the name Uniquely Mia without my permission, since it is now trademarked in the United States, right? So you can color my face, but you can't like take the name Uniquely Mia and use it because it's trademarked now, because I own the trademark, right? But since you have interest in like coloring my face, yeah, you can do that. And if you do post it on social media, like tag me for sure. But hey, Cam, how are you doing today? Where's Drake been? I'm not sure where they are today. I'm sending all the supporters who are not on the stream right now. What are some supporters I can name off my head? Sending shout out to Drake, who's not here. Shout out to Kat. Shout out to Jonte, who's not here. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to Fern. Shout out to Boss. Shout out to Sometimes I forget all the supporters, and there's so many of y'all guys. This is why I don't shout people out sometimes who's not here. Shout out to all 6,000 of Uniquely Mia supporters on YouTube. I really do appreciate y'all. Shout out to Love Positive, right? Shout out to everyone, right? Shout out to the people who are here on the stream, right? Shout out to King of the Weather who's here. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Evan. Shout out to X. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to what's your name? Soima. Shout out to you, right? Shout out to Cute who's here. Yeah, shout out to everybody who's on the live stream and all of Uniquely Mia supporters. Really appreciate y'all. But how's everyone's day going today? Cam, everyone on stream, what are your plans for today? Would love to know what you guys eat for breakfast. What are we saying? Okay, read that. Not color paint. So what? I mean, yeah, you can still, I don't, if you could do what you want, honestly. You're asking my permission, man. Like, you're asking my permission. I could say no, you can still take the picture and, like, do whatever you want. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to color, if you want to paint, go ahead. So, yeah. Great job to trademark. All right, thank you. Yeah, it was my mom who decided to do it. And I say you guys can't use the name Uniquely Mia. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like if I find out that somebody's using the name Uniquely Mia and they're making money off of it, with trademark, you could sue that person and like tell them to stop doing it. So just don't use the name Uniquely Mia to sell stuff, right? Or like that, and you'll be good with the trademark, right? So, and I guess it's good that she did do that because I have books that has Uniquely Mia in it. I know some supporters have shown interest in merch, like hoodies, sweatshirts, so like Uniquely Mia would be on that, and then like my mom's like, do a coloring book with my face or whatever, my hairstyle is Uniquely Mia. So like the name Uniquely Mia is who I am, Uniquely Mia, right? To my knowledge, I am the individual who posts content with the name Uniquely Mia, and it was approved, so I guess they agree, the government, right? So yeah. What are we saying? Cam said, Mia, how's your finals coming along? I'm finished, so I'm done with the finals, Cam. I don't know any grades for the finals, but I'm fairly confident in the grades that I'm going to I'm fairly confident with the grades. I know what grade I'm gonna get. The only way I won't get the grade that I want, that professor probably just that would have been very surprising. But all the finals are over with. The professor literally has this week. I hope they grade it before, Thursday? Because I don't want to graduate and not know what my grade is. That's kind of weird to me. So they should be graded, all be graded by Thursday. I will say one professor, he did release some feedback. I did submit a final paper, and his feedback was really good, right? Because I know that I work hard, and I know I'm a great writer. Like, not even good. I know I'm a great writer, particularly when it comes into my academics, because I love writing. I take time. I make sure I get good research. But that feedback that professor left for me was really, really good. And I'll tell you guys what the feedback was. I'll actually read it word for word. But, like, that was crazy because I'm, like, the whole time. And that professor was, like, kind of like I don't want to say laid back, but he was one of those professors you didn't think you would, like, I didn't think he would give me feedback like that, just on the way he was grading assignments. I sent it to my mom. My mom sent me so much stuff. Okay. So this is what he said for my paper. He was like, great research. Your sourcing is one of the best of anyone in the class, and this information provides both evidence and confidence in your writing. You utilize course material, and your evaluation of the policy problem is very good. This is a very professional effort. So, like, I like that. Like, that, I feel like from that professor, at least, that is, like, one of the highest. I mean, he gave me 100 on that, but like that is like one of the highest praise I've ever received from a professor when it comes to my like academic writing. And unfortunately, like it's not really gonna get me into programs that I want to get into. That's the sucky thing about it, right? Because you work so hard and you get such good feedback, but then when you apply to certain stuff, it's like, oh, you're not helping me get in, right? But regardless of that, I am happy about that feedback for that particular assignment. It just solidified the fact in saying, hey, I'm in a graduate class and you think I'm the best. That was the best paper out of all the other grad students. I'll take that. Thank you so much for that. So I still have the final. He still has to grade my final exam for that class, but based on that feedback and the way I've been performing in the other classes, I already know what I'm good with my grade, honestly. But how was your finals, Cam? I know you said you had presentations that you were gonna do and you were nervous about that. Did it how was your presentation? Did it go well? Okay, what are we saying? Hey Drake, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. You were summoned, as my mom would say. Did she shout me out while I was gone? If not, I'm unsubscribing. Don't worry, Drake. I did shout you out. I did shout you out. Okay. Let's see, your hair looks pretty. I just tied it. I just like left it like this. So it's still tied up, honestly. Like, you guys like the most. Like, I didn't think you would like this hairstyle, but like everybody seems to like this hairstyle. I know if my mom's watching it, she's like, yeah, I don't like this hairstyle, my mom would say. But like, you guys really like it. Like, I didn't think you would like it. I say this to say, like, when I do stuff and I don't think you would like it, y'all tend to like it. So shout out to y'all. Y'all are great. All right, what are we saying? Jaden said, okay, so side conversation. This young lady here is being respectful. And thank you so much for your kind words. Oh, somebody's being nasty in the comments. Oh no. Cam said, I just came back. Ooh, from Dollar Tree. I want to go to Dollar Tree so bad. I've been on TikTok and like Dollar Tree has like such good things. But the thing about it, I want to go to a Dollar Tree in the state in which I attend school. If I go to a Dollar Tree in New York, I know they're going to have such basic, boring stuff, at least in my neighborhood, right? But I've been on TikTok and they have, like, people can go to Dollar Tree and they have some good stuff at Dollar Tree. Okay, so let me read your full comment. Cam said they just came back from Dollar Tree, and Walmart. Ooh, so yeah, oh, Christmas stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of late to the game this year decorating for Christmas because I'm at school, right? I say that like I decorate for Christmas. I just decorate my room for Christmas and I wrap presents. That's the only thing I do at home. Okay. Getting Christmas stuff. Okay, you need it for some parties. Ooh, okay, nice. You're attending this week and officially done Christmas shopping for everyone. Very nice, very nice. Shout out to you. Did you find any good things at Dollar Tree though? But am I officially done Christmas shopping? No, I want to say yes, but I know I'm not because I kind of, okay, so what happened was I was Christmas shopping for everyone while I was at school, but I gave my mom full priority to buy her Christmas gifts, right? So, like, all my mom's Christmas gifts was bought, right? But what happened was I got a gift, and I thought I could give that gift to Stu, but then I actually looked at it when it arrived, and I'm like, he's not going to like that. It's just bracelets. I'm like, he's not going to like that. He's not going to wear that. So, I'm like, okay, now I need to get a gift for him. I always get his gifts last minute because I'm like, one, I don't know what do you like, right? What do you like? And I gotta see what type of gift you're getting me. But I'm like, what do you like? And then for my mom, I still have to get my mom a birthday gift. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna get my mom for her birthday. My mom is so hard because her birthday is very close to Christmas. But it's like my mom, if she wants something, she'll buy it. That's the type of person my mom is 9 times out of 10. Or if she's not somebody who she's gonna buy it, I'm not at the financial point yet in my life where I can get her something I know she would want, but she didn't have yet. What is that? A super duper designer bag, right? Or like, I don't know, an airline ticket to some awesome place. I'm not at the financial point in my life where I could do that as of yet. So that's why it's really hard to buy my mom gifts. So I still have to do shopping for people, but I'm on a budget. It's literally 2 people I'm getting gifts for, and that's it. Birthday gift for my mom, Christmas gift for Stu. I've got a gift for G, so I guess that's 3 people. And after that, I'm done. And all that, at least for Stu and G, all that's going to be less than like $30. 30. And for my mom, I don't care. She doesn't have a budget for my mom. I'll just buy it for her if I think she likes it. I don't care how much it is. As long as it's not ridiculous, right? Hey cute, how you doing? What time is it? It's about 12 p.m. now where I'm at. Drake said saying somebody is musty that you've never been around as well. What are you saying? Cam said I spoke you into existence. Yes, you did. Okay, we got nicknames. Drake was like, Cammy, where have you been? No, that's such a like, that's a cool name, but it's also funny too in my head. Hey Davon, how you doing? Cam said, I've been finished in school, Drake. I just finished a semester on Thursday. Okay, nice. Congratulations. Okay, it was last week. Very nice, very nice. And the thing about it is, like, I feel like I've been done with finals because I took my last final, I think, on Tuesday. So I've technically been done, but it's like I can't go home, right? At least now. I mean, I could go home, but I can't. And I have to wait to graduate. So that's what I'm saying. They pushed back their graduation date this year, which I really don't like. I'm like, why did you have to do that? So, yeah. Um, okay. Imagine if your professor was in the live right now. Yeah, people have often said that before because sometimes I'll be on stream and I'll be complaining about my professors. Honestly, I don't care if my professor's on stream. I mean, like, hey, professor, I mean, I give me a grade that I deserve, right? Like a good grade, right? So that's it. But like, honestly, who knows? They could be on my stream. Like they could know about my channel, my school. The way I know that is because my school, at least public administration, they have like an organization that I followed on social media. And I remember when I was in Guyana, I was posting videos, like links to my YouTube videos, and I saw that that organization was watching my stories. So like I don't know if they shared my video or watched a video, so they could have seen my stuff. I mean, like, okay, yeah. Just can't really do anything. But yeah. Hey Jonte, glad you could be here. The most beautiful on YouTube. Thank you so much for your kind words. Hey Arnell, how are you doing today? Hey Jake, Cam said they went good. Okay, nice. So your professor had some comments about your sample size, okay? And I freaked out because I would have had to recode, oh no, hours of coding. So you decided to instead of recoding to just add justification. Yeah, that's always smart. Yeah, that's always smart to do for sure. So shout out to you for that fast thinking. I'm glad everything went well with the project. Arnell said Dollar Tree, try the bags of already made popcorn, $1.50. Okay. So next time I go to Dollar Tree, I'll see if they have that. But the thing about my Dollar Tree in my neighborhood is not good though. That's why I wouldn't trust the food there. So like I love Dollar Trees in good neighborhoods. And when I say good neighborhoods, it's like fancy neighborhoods, high income neighborhoods, like or yeah, right? Because like they just get better stuff and it's still like $1.25 or $1.50 for stuff. Cam said, fingers crossed, it all goes the way, okay. It all goes, okay, there was no way I could have recoded before class and ended, but my sample size was due to the redacted data I use. Okay. So you just justified that in your paper and let him know. Okay, cool. No need to apologize for spelling. I have been I've been on the commenter side of the chat, particularly my mom live streams. I like to like, comment and it's hard. So shout out. When I comment, I always see how much like extra time it takes because like there's no autocorrect. You got the character limit. So shout out to all the supporters who still decide to leave these comments. So no need to apologize for your spelling. Drake said my cousin's name is Cam. Okay, or Carmel. Okay. I always call her Cammy. Oh, okay. Cammy Whammy. Oh no, Cammy, not Cammy Whammy. Okay. Cam said I can tell you guys about the topic. Yeah, would love to know about the topic. I'm only 10 is your channel for kids. Yeah, I can always promise you, as long as you just see Uniquely Mia on stream, right? And when you watch my full nutritional YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, it is age appropriate. So just ask your parents if you can be here. And if they say yes, you can subscribe and immerse yourself in the world of Uniquely Mia, right? Thank you so much, Thrift, for donating a gift, sending you jazz hands. You're helping me get one step closer to paying off my student loan debt. All income made off of social media goes in its own separate account, and one day when I pay a portion, you'll be right there with me. I always do have to put that disclaimer because if my mom is streaming, she'd be saying the most unhinged stuff sometimes. So, but as long as I'm streaming and as long as you're watching one of my full nutritional YouTube video, it's always age appropriate. Queen Mother's on. I don't know what she's on sometimes, but yeah, it's always appropriate with me at least. Drake said, and my mom's name is Mia. That's so funny. Your mom has an awesome name, Drake. An awesome name. Hey Onyx, but I don't meet a lot of other Mias. Like at least, yeah, I really don't. Like I don't. I guess yeah, because like I see a lot of Mayas, but like Mias, is that not a common name? Do you guys know any other Mias? Right? It's mostly been on social media where other people in the chat said, "Hey, my name is Mia too." But even then, it's like, where's all the Mias at? There's not a lot of y'all. Okay, you're pretty as well. Thank you so much for your kind words, Onyx. Thank you. Glad you love my nails. Okay, you love Dollar General, but the thing about Dollar General, the name dollar is in the store or in like the title, but like nothing's a dollar to my knowledge though. That's the thing why I don't like about it. Thank you. You like my eyebrows? Thank you so much. To my knowledge, I am not Ethiopian, no. Thrift, thank you. Hey, thank you again, Thrift, for the gift. Really appreciate it. Cute said, "Oh, okay, I just subscribed and my mom doesn't care." Okay, so you're still more than welcome. Your name's okay, what's your name? Malia? Is that, I feel like that's so wrong. That's not Malia. Is that Malia? No. It's, I know Malia is spelled a lot of different ways. I want to pronounce it out. My computer can say so for me. Let me do it. And thank you again, Thrift, for sending a gift. Jazz hands to you. Really appreciate your donation and you go in that extra mile. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see what how my computer says your name. Where's your name? It disappeared on me. Okay, here it is. Miyah. Why did Miyah? Okay, don't fix the spelling. Sometimes it fixes spelling. Oh no, it disappeared. Oh my gosh, why is this so difficult today?
Miyah.
That did not help at all. That did not help at all. But thank you so much for sharing your name with me. The pronunciations, it sometimes messes up for me. Thank you again, Thrift, for sending a gift. Really, really appreciate you. Shout out to Thrift. They've purchased like about 5 gifts so far for this live stream. I really, really appreciate you going that extra mile and spending your hard-earned money and donating to the Uniquely Mia channel. It really, 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 really means a lot, Thrift, right? Shout out to all the supporters on the live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and for spending time. But as I always say, I always have to shout out the people who purchase gifts and who donate super chats a little bit more because they don't have to do that. They're spending their hard-earned money. So special shout out to Thrift on this live stream today. Thank you so much for your donation to the channel. I really appreciate you. How's your day going today, Thrift? All right, you're gay. We got people in the chat saying that they're gay. Okay, if you're gay, you are still more than welcome on the channel for your positivity and uniqueness, as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way, right? Hey, Arnell. Arnell said there can be only one Uniquely Mia. That's so sweet of you, Arnell. Thank you so much for your kind words, right? And I do agree with that statement. Like there can be only one of you, Arnell, right? Like there can only be one of Uniquely Mia, right? I mean, people can try to be me. People can try to imitate me in my behavior, right? People can try to imitate my content, but you're still not going to be me. What makes me unique is my lived experiences, my beliefs, right? My genetic code and etc. And I'm trademarked now. The name Uniquely Mia is trademarked now. So like, you can use the name Uniquely Mia and then you're going to get in trouble for that. So like, in modern society, at least in my timeline in 2025, and for the rest of my life, there will only ever really be one official Uniquely Mia because of that trademark and because of me. So yeah, that is true. So guys, let us get started with the movie discussion. How many of y'all saw the movie The Thing? Did anyone actually watch it? Let me, first off, before we even talk about it, let me know, did anyone actually watch the movie The Thing? If you didn't, it's totally okay. Just be honest. Or did you start? Did you stop? Just let me know. Drake said, it's not a common name. My mom was the only girl Mia until I came across you. Okay, wow, yeah. My mom said she named me after an actress because she saw a movie and she liked her eyes, right? So the name Mia was not in my name, like not in my family at all, right? It wasn't even a genetic name. That was Nancy. When a genetic name was wrong, it wasn't even an ancestral name, I meant to say, right? At least to our knowledge, it wasn't an ancestral name, right? But my mom saw it. And it could have been too, because my mom, she recently found, like, she sent me, what is it? Like, it's really sad, not to get morbid, but she sent me, like, the death certificate of her grandmother, and in Guyana, on that death certificate, they had, like, the name of like, my mom's grandmother's parents, right? And you want to, why was she my great grand my mom's grandma, my grandma. Okay, so she was my great grandma. Why was her name Veronica? That's a European name, at least to my knowledge. That's like a European name. So I say that to say, who knows? There could have been a Mia in my ancestral line, but I don't know, right? I don't know. But it's such like a European name. It's a pretty name though. It is pretty, but like, wow. Okay. All right, what are we saying? Cam said, okay, I did a qualitative, okay, we got the, qualitative regression, okay, analysis, of the federal sentences in the U.S. post, U.S. v. Booker, okay, U.S. versus Booker, okay, it was a Supreme Court case that held the mandatory federal sentences guidelines, advisory rather than mandatory. Oh, wow. Sounds interesting. And it really, okay, I say that and you guys may be like, Mia, you're lying. No, it does sounds kind of interesting. Different view of like the mandatory sentences and the sentencing guidelines. Okay, cool. Drake said the actress has to be Mia. Let me Google that actress's name. I know the actress is Caucasian because I saw a movie that had, Tyler Perry, and my mom said I think my mom said that was a woman or not. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't remember. But let me Google that actress name. Let's see if her eyes are actually pretty. Never mind, guys. Hey, Zachary. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here, Zachary. Can I shout out your cousin? Yes, shout out to Megan. Shout out to you, Megan, Zachary's cousin. My mom said it was the Mia from All My Children. That's what she said she named me after. Cam said, okay, my research question was, do racial disparities in federal sentences length persist in post-Booker era once legally relevant factors such as offense severity, police status, and jurisdiction are counted? That sounds interesting for sure. I would definitely. What did you find? Like, what was your research? That sounds really interesting. You're looking at racial disparities, but as it relates to, was that guy, was he a president or something? His name sounds familiar, but you're just looking at the racial disparity from a different timeline, not in modern day America, which is often done, right? Let me see that guy's name, Booker. I feel like his name is familiar. I know I learned about him, but why were you important? Booker and history. Booker T. Washington. Okay. All right. That sounds interesting. What was your findings? What'd you find? Hey, Syria. Glad you could be here. Anytime I say Syria, Siri pops up on my laptop with my iPad. Mia, are you assimilated? What do you mean? The thing grew on me. Oh, it grew on you. Okay, so you saw it. Now I know why you don't like dogs. Really? Okay, you saw. Okay, nice. So we'll jump into the discussion about the thing in a minute. Jake said, I'm glad you didn't say, okay, Okay, your answer to that was no. Okay. So let me go back to your research question so I could really think. Okay, and the answer is no. Okay. Nice. Thank you. Glad you love my hair. Hello, Billy. How are you doing? Cam said that doesn't mean racial disparities don't exist in sentencing. Okay. It just means they persist, okay, in other aspects. Okay. Once those factors are controlled, okay. There is no significant, the race variable. Okay, so once everything is totally equal, you're saying, essentially, race doesn't really have a factor in a sense. Okay, very nice. That's definitely interesting to see and to hear about. So that's pretty cool. Drake said, I'm so stupid. Her name isn't even Mia, it's Mia. Okay. The actress you're named after is Mia. Okay, let me Google that actress's name then. Sander World, Sanders. Okay. Is that the one from All My Children? I don't know. Her eyes look pretty basic to me. I don't know. Let's see. Mia from All My Children. Yeah, okay. Yeah, my mom probably made something up. I don't know. Maybe she looked different in the shows. I don't know. Hey Tyler, glad you could be here. Cam said the highest predictor of discrimination was actually a jurisdiction. Really? No, that's wait. Disparities by state. Oh wow. Really? Wow. Okay. I guess I can see that. I can see that because of the history. So Cam, did you look at the part of your research to see which states had the most discrimination? Was it like southern states or northern states, or was it flipped? Like if yeah, I can see that. But I would be interested to find out which state had the most discrimination with that. That would make sense. Okay, nice. Drake said, I've never seen the movie, okay? And don't even think I'll like it. Is it Thing from Fantastic franchise? No, it was a different one. So we're starting our movie discussion slash review today. So I did post it kind of late, the movie, so it's understandable if nobody was able to watch it. We'll just discuss it very quickly, right? But we're like not every weekend, but the weekends I don't go to the gym, right? We're going to be watching a movie, the same movie, hopefully, and we'll be discussing it, what we like, what we didn't like, etc. So for this week, we're going to be doing The Thing, starting The Thing. I don't think a lot of people saw it, to my knowledge, but we'll just discuss what we did see and what we thought about it very quickly. Siri said, how are you? Oh, Siri, go away. Oh my gosh, my Siri and my iPad keep popping up. Syria said, how's today? Oh, I'm doing good today. I think I feel much better than I was initially feeling. I did have to take another one. I have to take another pill, but I'm not coughing as much. I'm still coughing, but not as much, right? My nose is still a little stuffy, so I am occasionally like clearing out my sinuses, you can say. So yeah, we're getting much better, which is good. Can I bring you dessert? Thank you for the offer, but no thank you. No thank you. Sirius said Thing was made by John Carpenter, like Sabrina Carpenter, or no? Is that like the last names? Like you hear familiar last names, you're like, hey, are you related? That nepotism worked good for you. So yeah. Tyler's your dad. Okay, cool. Hey 3481. Okay. Cam said, no, I didn't follow up with the states. Okay, but I will follow up with in your dissertation because I'm using the same topic. Okay, very nice. All right, nice. And thank you for sharing that research, Cam. I mean, it definitely sounds interesting for sure. Like, I like hearing about research as it relates to criminal justice research because I can understand that, right? So if anybody is working on a research project, you want to share it, feel free to share it, right? I will say, if you're speaking more so about criminal justice, public administration, I will understand your research a lot more clear. And shout out to you, Cam, for thinking ahead on that dissertation, right? Because anytime I speak to people who's in the field, who has a PhD, the main thing they always say to scare people from a PhD is like, your dissertation is so long. It's going to take so long. But then, like you said, you can work on your PhD your first year, and that way it's going to, like, towards the end, it's not going to be long, right? So very nice. Hey Trigan, how are you doing today, Trigan? Glad you could be here. My name's Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and I have fashion videos, education videos, technology videos, days of my life as a graduate student, and so much more on the channel, and you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. Cam said since it was a quantitative, I got literal statistics, so my research is supported from running data codes and software. Nice. Okay, very nice. So, like, you made your own sample size. That was cool. Okay, cool. So now it's understandable as to why. I remember early in your semester when you first started, you were like, you're taking statistics classes, and, like, you said it was really hard with the coding. So there was a purpose for the coding, right? It just all tied back in to, I guess, your other class. I'm not sure if it was the same class, right? But it just tied back in together. What are you saying? But no, Drake, I don't think it's from the Fantastic Four franchise thing. That the movie that I saw, at least, I think it's two different franchises, or two different type of characters. Okay, what are we saying? Read that, read that, read that, read that. Why are my lips different colors? They are. I've never noticed that. Genetics, I guess. Genetics. Okay. Cam said my data set included the years. Wow, it's a large data set. And you, that was okay, so that far apart with the years, and you said that your professor said your sample size was too small still? Wow. Okay, wow. So it was very specific concept. Okay, nice. Love Positive said, why do you think The Thing has gained such a strong cult following over time? They have a strong cult following. I wouldn't have thought that. That movie was boring to me, to be honest. I would not have thought that. But I will say, maybe because it's a classic, right? That sucked. Ew. That was disgusting. But maybe because it's like one of the OG, I guess, classic horror movies, right? So maybe that's why. Somebody said, bring her money, she'll take it. Trophy. How many kids do you have? How many kids do you have? I have 0. How many kids do you have? Do you have kids? You're 7. Okay. You are still more than welcome on the channel as long as you get parental consent, right? This is an age-appropriate channel. Siri said the guy who made Halloween made The Thing, really? Wow. So he made 2 separate horror movies, because I love Halloween. Like, if we're thinking about like Halloween, that type of horror movie, great horror movie, right? But like The Thing, guys, when I tell you, I was watching it and like I had to look at like the timestamp in the movie. The movie like an hour and 30 minutes long. Literally like 30 to 40 minutes of the whole movie was just boring. They were just showing the landscape. The characters were just walking around. They just had music playing in the back. I'm like, what is this? There was like, the characters were talking, but I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't remember any of the characters' name. I didn't connect with any of the characters. I'm like, okay. And then it got to a scene where I guess the doctor or whatever, he was doing like an autopsy on like this thing, and they showed you the blood and the animals. And I'm like, ugh, I thought old movies weren't gory. You were kind of gory, so I would not have seen that. You know what that shows? You know what that shows? You get better with time, right? You get better with time, right? So you shouldn't necessarily judge somebody's early work. You should judge their later work, right? So I guess that's what that tells you. Hey, Clinton, how are you doing today? You should follow the Spy and QQQ. I have to look into those people. I don't know who that is. Okay, you're still here, Cute. Very nice, very nice. Glad you're still here. What are you doing today, Cute? Would love to know. Excuse me. Yes, I do think genetics plays a factor into growing up my nails. Like, if you are an individual who, like, hey, it's very hard for you to grow your natural nails, or you have brittle nails, 9 times out of 10, that is because of genetics. So do not be discouraged. You can still grow your nails. As I always say, you're going to need help with that. Help is going to come with the products. This is not sponsored, but they should sponsor me, right? They should sponsor. I spend a lot of money on products, but Steel Nails is what I recommend. If you don't have access to Steel Nails, Nail Aid. Any Nail Aid brand, any Nail Aid product, recommend. If you don't have access to these two, I recommend this. This is not my favorite, but it's better than a dollar store nail hardener, I will say. And this is Sally Hansen Hard as Nail. So if you were somebody who's like, hey, you're genetically, you always tried to grow your nails, but it's just not growing. It's not growing fast enough. It's not growing strong enough. You're going to need help. I will say I've been doing my nails for literally more than 10 years. I've been doing my own nails. And when I first started growing my nails when I was younger, it would grow long, it would grow fast, but I wouldn't use nail hardener because I didn't really know much about it. So I say it's because of my genetics, the reason why my nail grew. So shout out to my genetics. God slayed with that one, right? My creators slayed with that one, right? With the genetics aspect of it, for at least for Uniquely Mia, which is great. The only thing is, it should go into my hair. Like, hopefully my hair. The thing about it, I say I want my hair to grow longer and faster. I low-key think my hair grows really fast too. But the thing about it, I'm always wearing protective hairstyles, and when I take down the protective hairstyles, I think I rip it. Like, it's so bad. I don't want to say I rip my hair, but like, I'm not patient with it. I'm really not. 9 times out of 10, I'm the one washing my hair after it's been in a protective hairstyle. So, like, I'm not patient with it. So, I comb my hair out sometimes and it pulls out the hair so it just gets back to its normal length. But the other day, I was somewhat careful when my hair was out in its natural state and it did grow, right? So, but yeah, genetics is definitely a factor into my nails. And these are natural. As you can tell, if you ask me one question about my nails, guys, I can literally go on a tangent talking about my nails. I do love my nails. Like, it's really great. Like, I guess an indicator on how you know Unique Lumia is not 100%, my nails is going to be short. My nails are going to be unpolished because when Unique Lumia, when everything is great, right? Or even if I'm going through something stressful, but it's not 100% stressful, my nails will definitely be top notch. You know, there are some people you'll never see them outside without makeup unless something's happened in their life. You'll never see Unique Lumia without nail polish and without a good set of nails, right? So yeah. But what are we saying? What are we saying? The idea that anyone could be an alien creator. Okay, cool. How old am I? It's the glory of God to conceal a matter and the honor of kings and queens to seek out the answer. If you want to know my age, go to my YouTube homepage, click playlist, and either watch my Washington, D.C. birthday adventure videos or my birthday playlist. So yeah, enjoy it, and I'm sending you on a scavenger hunt for that one. Sirius said the thing concept is the fear of cabin fever. Oh, really? Okay. Making humans paranoid, being around each other for a long period of time. No, I can see that. I can definitely see that because in the movie, they're like in Antarctica or something, right? So they're literally by themselves with maybe like a group of like 5 other people, and they literally see themselves most of the time. So I can see that. I can definitely see that for sure. Okay, what are we saying? Hey, Nora, how are you doing today? Thank you. Glad you loved the video, Tyler. Really appreciate it. Sirius said, fun fact, some of the scenes of The Thing was filmed in British Columbia, Canada. Really? Wow. And I used to live there. Okay. What a small world, but I'm not surprised because lots of movies are filmed there. Yeah. You often see that. Yeah. It's like some Marvel movies, right? They're like, this was filmed in this location. I'm like, really? I've been to that place numerous times and I've never seen a Marvel character or like an actor of them filming something. So yeah, that often happens. Thank you, Nora, for the thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Love positive said characters don't know who to trust, and neither do the audience. Oh yeah, and The Thing, yeah, that is true. Yeah. Cause what is it? Yeah. It wasn't like the Blob, it was literally like a thing that was just like taking them out. So yeah, that's true. We're trapped at Outpost 31. What would you do differently? What would I do differently? I would get out of there at the first sign of danger, right? They have to have at least one escape car, right? Or escape something. And like, if that didn't work, you can't trust nobody. I'm locking myself in a room by myself. Nobody's coming in. Nobody's coming out. But then again, that's kind of scary too because like, who's going to destroy the thing, right? So the best course of action, in my opinion, is just to get out there, get out at the first sign of danger, like literally. And we've had this discussion numerous times on the stream. I think particularly yesterday too. Like, first sign of danger, the question isn't to go and investigate. Even if you're working at the job, first sign of danger, the question isn't to think, oh, if I leave, I'm going to get in trouble. Let me leave, and then afterwards, I'll deal whatever else, right? So you got to get out of there. They always investigating. They're always trying to stay there and save the day. That's not the way to go. Sirius said, I once walked up to a movie production without knowing, okay, on Bonbury Mountain and found in British Columbia, okay. They wouldn't tell me what they were filming, but, oh, wow. It looked like Star Wars. Wow. That is cool. Did you see it? Like, Sarah, did you watch, like, the Star Wars movie after it was released? Did it look like the same scene? That sounds really cool. Jesus is King. Thank you so much. Jesus loves you 100%. Your name is Daxton. Okay. Very cool. Glad you could be here, Daxton. How's your day going? Drake said, I'm out. I'm not investigating anything. Yeah, you can't investigate. Like, you really can't, because the minute you start questioning and the minute you want to be a hero and investigate, it's like, no, like, it's so funny because even at even at my mom sometimes, like, you know how sometimes some people will hear a noise and like they'll go and investigate what the noise was. Sometimes I'm in my house and I'll be sitting at my mom and we hear a noise, we just freeze and we're like, so what's happening? Like, nobody's getting up to investigate that. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So yeah, that's not safe, guys. Not good at all. What are we saying? Glad you're doing good today, Daxton. Very nice, very nice. What'd you eat for breakfast? Love Positive said the constant fear of not knowing is human beings' paranoia. It is I think it is a human's being paranoid, but it really depends. It really depends, right? Not to bring Nepo babies or nepotism into it, right? But if I was a Nepo baby, or like if I had a lot more money than I had now, where I wouldn't feel pressured to do stuff, or to say if I don't achieve this in this specific time, I'm gonna feel like a failure, I would not care about not knowing. I would have no paranoia at all. But I'm not a basic human, but like I'm a regular human being, right? I'm a regular human being. In the future, I will have no choice but to work, right? So in that aspect, that is the fear of not knowing, right? That is a cause of fear, right? But I feel like I've never been ultra wealthy, so I don't know what it's like, not yet. But in the future, I'll let y'all know, right? For sure. We can let each other know, right? What it's like. But I feel like so I'm just guessing. Maybe ultra super duper successful wealthy people, maybe they also have the constant fear of not knowing, right? But at the same time, they kind of don't. In my head, I don't think you would have the constant fear of not knowing, right? So in that aspect, I don't think it builds on human paranoia. It really depends on what type of human you are, right? And how easier it is. I don't know if that's the right word for you to accomplish your goals, right? Sirius said, I would be like, okay, you remember the characters' names. I did not remember their names. Okay. The main actor in the thing. I'm taking everyone out like ammo. No. That's what you gotta do. The character is smart. That's what you gotta do, honestly. That's what you have to do for sure. Because, you can't be the hero. You can't. But but he took everybody out. That was interesting. I guess that horror movie showed, that was more so a horror movie, because I remember yesterday, Sarah, you were like, you want to write a horror movie and nobody would like survive, there would be no happy endings. That was kind of similar. The main character, when he's taking everyone out, right? There are no happy endings. Everybody's just going out. And I guess it was smart for him to do, right? Because he didn't want somebody to, it's not good to do that. But like, I guess for the movie aspect and the thing aspect of the horror movie, I guess that was a smart move for that person to make, because if the thing was released into modern, like into civilization, it would have just continued to spread and spread and spread and spread, right? And that's not good. So isolate the situation before it gets out. It kind of relates to Jurassic Park too. That's what they tried to do, but it was never really successful. But yeah. Sirius said, each man for himself, God for us all. LOL. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's crazy. But at least for me, so out of the whole movie, Syria and all the individuals who watched the movie, what would you rate it? Like out of 10, with 10 being, hey, the movie was solid, you would watch it again, you think it was a pretty good horror movie for its time, right? Or 1 being like, that movie sucked, it was a really bad horror movie, I'd never want to see that movie again, writing was bad, character development was bad. I'll rate that movie, I'm gonna be generous. I'll be generous with it. I'll rate it a 5 out of 10. A 5 out of 10. Why is Uniquely Me rating the thing a 5 out of 10? Because towards the start, I feel like it was kind of boring, right? Like I said, the first 40 minutes, it took me 2 days to watch the movie. I started watching the movie and I'm like, I gotta stop. This is boring. And then I forced myself to watch it yesterday, right? Because I knew we would have the discussion today, right? And it was still kind of slow. Like, it was slow to get to the point. I feel like they wasted a lot of music, a lot of like the character's potential there, right? But it's a 5 out of 10 because, like I said, the ending was kind of like similar to a true authentic horror movie, right? If we're thinking about a horror movie saying there's gonna be no survivors, it was a good horror movie in that aspect, right? The main character did something aside from like not doing that and not running away. When we're looking at side characters, I guess I just didn't connect enough with them to remember them, honestly. But yeah. Let's see what we're saying. Love Positive said, the movie isn't about a monster. It's about people turning on each other. Okay, yeah, I can see that. And like Sirius said, the thing could have been an example of like what happens to people when they're in extreme isolation, right? And similar, I know we're speaking about the thing, but like just to relate it back to another horror movie that some people on the stream who hasn't seen the thing may know of, the Small, right? Small 2, that movie's more so about like what? Mental health conditions, right? So when you watch Small, you're like, is this actually an evil entity, or is this a story of somebody battling an extreme mental health condition that can go haywire, right? The thing is similar to that, right? Like, is the thing actually like a monster, or is the thing an example of like, once again, perhaps a mental health condition, and what can happen when people are in extreme isolation when you're just seeing the same people over and over and over and over again, right? So yeah. What are we saying? Let me go back up and see what y'all are saying. Sirius said, and he had a flamethrower, dynamite. Yeah. Well, he had the weapons. That's the good thing, right? Flamethrower, dynamite. He had the weapons. 1 second, guys. We are back. My nose is all red. Okay. I think the Vicks made my nose red though, for the most part. What are we saying? Hey V, glad you could be here. How are you doing today? Sirius said, so I think most people would prefer the thing if it was made in 2011. Oh, I can see that because they probably would have had like the better effects, right? They probably want to, yeah, I can see that. So a remake is what you're looking for, Siri, a remake. Okay, so you would give it a 7. All right. Love Positive, you gave it a 7 also. Okay, cool. You said there's more tension building than constant action. Yeah, that's the thing too. And for it to be categorized as a horror movie, I guess all that tension build, and it was like, is this a suspense movie? I feel like, what is it actually categorized as? Is it categorized as a horror movie? I mean, I found it in horror, so it should have probably been more so of a suspense movie, because I think that's where I was falling short with that movie. Okay. Let's see what it's categorized as. I can't find it. Oh my god. Where's the movie at? I don't know. It's not coming up. Oh, it doesn't say, but I found it in the horror movie section. They made a remake in 2011, Sarah? Oh, I thought you said they should have made a remake. I didn't see the remake. The one we watched was in 1982, so I might have to check out the remake. Possibly, because I didn't really like that movie, but possibly I'll check out the remake. I don't know that. What happened? Let me see what y'all are saying. Love Positive said, some dialogue and filming techniques reflect the early 80s. Yeah, and you can definitely see that. You can see that. Movie production has only ever gotten better. Yeah, I'm not one to watch something that came out way back. Not way back when, but like in the 1900s era, mid to late, right? And say it was better then. We've only ever gotten better with the movies. So shout out to, what is it, Hollywood and all those production studios or whatever, right? So yeah, the first thing had no women too. Okay. Wow. And that's another thing with horror movies too, especially like the old ones. But I guess you said in 2011. I never seen it, but since you said 2, I'm assuming in the 2011 one they didn't have a lot of women. I was low-key surprised to see that they had a diverse character in the thing. Like they had I saw the one African American character. That was surprising to me, because normally when I watch old horror movies or old movies in general, there's no diversity. There's literally just an all-white cast, right? No diversity whatsoever. So that was definitely surprising to me. As I was watching, I'm like, hey, okay, you brought a little bit of diversity in it, but females, obviously, yeah, they were still kept out of media for a while. Or not Marilyn Monroe, depending on what type of genre they were in, though. What are we saying? Love Positive said, if you were chopped, didn't I answer that differently? I think I answered that already. Love Positive. But yeah, I just said that I would just keep to myself, honestly. I would hide, and then hopefully, well, I would be the first person out. The first sign of danger, I would get out of there, right? I would get out of there. And then after that, if that doesn't work, I would have to hide, honestly. 1 minute, guys. One minute, guys. All right, what are we saying? I think the movie failed because, I mean, the movie didn't fail, right? Because how many people on YouTube has watched it? It has 32,000 likes on YouTube, and more people have seen that movie. So the movie wasn't a failure. I love positive, I think. I think the movie was a success. It was a huge success when it was most likely released. But, like, I'm going in with my 21st century perspective watching that movie. So with my 21st century perspective, when I watch a thing, I'm like, it's not the best movie, right? Because I have something to compare it to. But it's like that for me with all old horror movies that I watch. I think they're not good in general, right? I think they're boring. I think, like, the scenery, like, the video is not the best. I can say that because I have something to compare it to. But, like, if you have nothing to compare it to, I feel like my mom has seen The Thing. She probably, when she first saw it, she was like, that's the scariest and the best horror movie ever, most likely. Why? Because she wasn't aware of the other horror movies that would be released in the future, right? So, yeah. But I don't think it was a failure. Just for me personally, it just wasn't something that I like, and I would volunteer to watch again, though. Sirius said, the first thing had no woman. Okay, and 2 black actors. All right, the remake lead actor was a woman. Really? Okay, wow. Okay. So maybe I'll check out the second one then. I'll probably check out the second one. Hey, Cats, how you doing today? Sadly, I wasn't able to watch the movie. It's been a super busy weekend. No need to apologize, Cats. That is totally understandable. What we're going to do in this stream, we're going to choose our next movie that we're going to watch, and we're going to discuss it next Sunday. Yes, I won't have a gym membership next Sunday, so I probably won't have a new gym membership. My mom says she's going to get a gym membership, so that probably won't be until 2026, so we'll resume the gym festivities in 2026. That means I'm going to be starting over from scratch when we go back to the gym in January, but at least it's better than nothing, right? So next week, Sunday, we will definitely have that movie discussion, but today in this live stream, we'll choose which movie we actually want to see. Let's move into the early 2000s because I can't do another old movie, guys. So let's move into the early 2000s. And do you guys still want to stay like within the horror movie aspect of things, or do you want to move to comedy or something else? I'll do a poll so we can see. But Sirius said, Mia to survive, just be you, avoid the dogs. It started at all. Okay, so I'll stay away. Oh my gosh. What you said? I see your live chat, just to see. Okay. I'm not sure how to interpret that comment. Thank you for being here. But remember, guys, let's not objectify people, right? I understand that I'll have different features that y'all will like, but the way you phrase your comment is very important. Let's not objectify people on stream, right? But I'm 5'8.5", right? And my age, it's the glory of God to conceal a matter and the honor of kings and queens to seek out the answer. What? That doesn't seem appropriate to type. What? That doesn't seem appropriate to type. I mean, I don't know really, yeah. I don't know. That doesn't seem very appropriate to type. That doesn't seem appropriate in my opinion, at least. Anyway, but yeah, it's the glory of God to conceal a matter and the honor of kings and queens to seek out the answer. If you want to know my age, like the video, subscribe, go to my YouTube homepage, click playlist, and watch my Washington, D.C. birthday adventure videos or my birthday playlist, and happy hunting. So we are happy scavenger hunt. I say hunting for some reason, but scavenger hunt. I'm going to do a new poll just to see if you guys would like to stay in the horror movie genre for movie reviews, right? Or if you guys want to move to something else, just to like make it fair, because I do know we got new people here in case they want to hop in, right? Some people may be scared of horror movies, so let me make a new poll. So we have horror movies, we got comedy we could do. We'll throw, oopsie daisy, we'll throw action in there. I feel like action is definitely one. And just for fun, I guess we could do a rom-com. I don't know. People may not. I don't know if you guys want to choose that one. Romance comedy. I feel like that's what they say. I don't know. Okay. All right. Excuse me. All right. So vote in the poll. We are going to do another movie review on Sunday. And vote in the poll. Do you guys want to stay in the horror movie genre of things, or do you want to move on to comedy? Do you want to do action, or do you want to do like a rom-com, like a romance comedy movie type thing? I hate to say I told y'all, but I did say, no, I remember you said Candyman. I do know that some people said they didn't choose Candyman because it was Candyman 2 and not Candyman 1. I didn't even know if they had Candyman 1 on like for free, but I was just going with what I saw. But yeah, you are correct, Syria. You are correct. You were correct about that one. So it seems like horror might win. It seems like people want to stay in the horror movie genre. So let me go to YouTube for the free movies, see what new horror movies we have. We're going to go with the early 2000s with this. They have The Hunger Games. Okay, sorry about that. We're going to go to the early 2000s. Well, they have Child's Play, Chucky. I do like Chucky. Chucky's good. So maybe we could... I've seen Child's Play. I've watched this. Oops, I guess I watched Chucky on YouTube. I didn't even notice that. That's funny. They have 3 of them. I only saw the first one, guys. Why is my YouTube movies loading, though? I feel like all of them is not really loading for me. That's weird. Okay. Kat said I chose horror again. Okay. You watched a New Age Candyman, I think. Is that the one that came out like in 20 like after 2015? The new one, like the new one. I haven't seen that one. I wanted to see it, but I don't know why I didn't see it when it came out. And then after, I thought it would go on Netflix, but it never went on Netflix. I have to watch that one. I've seen the originals. I know there's like 3 OG Candyman movies. I feel like those are the ones that I've mostly. They come out with a new movie. Okay. What do we say? Okay. Okay, some people voted for the romantic comedy. Welcome to the live stream. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and we have a poll happening not every Sunday, most Sundays on the Uniquely Mia channel. Going forward, we will all discuss a movie that we all agreed upon. So for now, we're voting for the genre. So if y'all want to see the horror movie genre, vote for that. If you want to see comedy, if you want to see action, if you want to see a rom-com or a romance comedy movie, vote for that. After you vote for that, I'm going to go into YouTube and I'm going to see what movies they have that falls into that genre that's free so we all can watch it. And then I'll make another poll, right, where we can all choose the movie. But if you want to ask me a question, if you want to get my opinion on something, share something, feel free to type it. I'll be more than happy to answer. Remember, I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I share what my life is like. I got the fashion videos, Eat With Me, technology videos, days of my life as a graduate student, and so much more. Guys, I think YouTube made their horror movie section a little shorter. Or do they merge it with thriller? Is it just me? Because I was looking at the movie section on my iPad and it didn't have a lot. And I decided to look on my computer. And they still don't have a lot. So I think thriller can fall into the genre of horror movies. So we'll probably have to choose some thriller movies as well to vote on. That's really weird. I didn't know that, guys. Okay, what do we say? Really, you don't like us? Who doesn't like us? Who said that? Hey, from Ireland. What's it like in Ireland? Glad you could be here. All right, so I'm going to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Let's end the poll. Let's see what won. Put in your final votes. Okay. So, horror movies won by 60%. That was not a representative. 5 of y'all voted. Thank you, guys. Thank you. 20% voted for comedy. 20% voted for rom-com. Oh, and 0 people voted for action. So y'all don't like action movies. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's choose some movies. I'm on YouTube right now. If you guys have any movies you want us to watch that's free on YouTube, type it in the chat. But so far, I'm looking at YouTube, the free movies. They have thriller movies. I want to keep it. I want to work our way up into like the early 2000s. So I'm looking to see what they have in horror that looks interesting that we could possibly see. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Sometimes the YouTube app likes to log me out. Luckily, the YouTube app has been allowing me to rejoin the stream. I will continue to do so as long as YouTube lets me do so. So it seems like if we're moving our way up into like the early 2000s, 1900, I keep saying 1900, but the early 2000s, the late 1990s, YouTube for horror. We got Child's Play again. I mean, a lot of people probably saw that one, but I'll just put random ones that we have that's free for everyone. And these are horror movies, so if you were a minor, please don't watch this. I don't want to give you nightmares, man. I mean, you could watch this if you're a minor. I was watching horror movies when I was a kid. My mom didn't really care. I mean, my mom cared, but like she knew I liked them and didn't really freak me out. So, yeah. Watch it with parental consent, right? Okay. The Exorcist, that came out in 1998. I've never seen that. That came out in 1998. That's 2 hours long. Wow, that's a long movie. I did not know that was so long. Why did they have to make it so long, guys? Okay. Exorcist, that came out in 1998. And then another movie option that falls into horror movies that came out like in the early 2000s. Well, that's all in horror. So now I'm moving on to thriller. Yeah, okay. YouTube, you do not have a lot of variety anymore. They took away some of their movies, guys, because YouTube used to have a lot more. We're gonna do one that came out in 2016 because they don't have a lot. Oh, Candyman. The Candyman 2. I guess I could put Candyman 2 back then since a lot of people wanted to see that one. Is it free still? Let me see if it's still free. It disappeared. Where's Candyman? I want to make sure it's still free. It should be. Candyman. Okay, it's free. Came out in 1995, the Candyman. Candyman Farewell. Okay, so let me write that. Oh, snap. How many times did I say his name? Okay, I wasn't looking at myself in the camera. That's good. Never mind. Sorry. You know when you watch some movies and, like, they freak you out? The phone is the same thing as a mirror, right? So, yeah. 1995. Okay. All right. So, vote in the poll. We have 3 options. They're all free on YouTube. We have Child's Play, we have The Exorcist, and we got the last one. I don't know how many times I said his name, so I'm no longer saying that name anymore. Okay. So yeah. I found one, Cats. It wasn't the second one. So if you choose, if this one wins, that one's free, but I don't think it's the second one. To my knowledge. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. You thought it was Bloody Mary? The lore is very similar. It's the same thing. Well, it's kind of different. I guess for the last one, to call the entity towards you, the lights would have to be off, right? And you would have to go in the mirror and say it 3 times. But for Bloody Mary, low-key is the same thing for Bloody Mary. You got to turn the lights off, and you go in the bathroom. Or you go in the mirror, and you say it 3 times. I've watched Supernatural with Sam and Dean Winchester. Shout out to Sammy, right? Sammy was low-key annoying. He was annoying, but, like, it was a good character. Dean was better, but, like, Sammy was annoying. I don't know. But anyway, watch Supernatural if you guys haven't seen it. It's a good show. So that's where I get my knowledge related to Bloody Mary. And then when I was younger and I learned that was, like, a drink that people could get, I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Why are you ordering a Bloody Mary to drink? Like, what? She's a demon. She's a bad entity. Why are you drinking that? That was really funny. What are we saying? But vote in the poll, guys. Sarah said best horror movie directors. Okay. Wes, okay. Come in. Stephen King. Yeah, Stephen King is a good one. John Carpenter. Okay, cool. Okay, what are we saying? that you can't say over again. Okay, Kat said. All right. It seems like most of y'all want to see Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't say the full name, but it seems like most of y'all want to see that one. So I'll do the same thing as I did last week. I'll post a link for you guys in the post sections of my tab, so it's of my channel, so it's easy for y'all to watch. So let me put a quick announcement. Only post it. When's the next one? Sunday. Sunday's the 21st, so December 21st. All right. On 21st, we will be discussing the Below movie at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright, so might as well end the poll. Seems like most of the votes are solidified. Let's end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's end the poll. All right, so you know which one won. All right, we're good. So the movie is linked for y'all. To find it, go to my YouTube homepage, click post. You guys can't even see anything. That's kind of weird. Okay. Go to my YouTube homepage like this. Click post. And you'll find it right here. Also, if you haven't already, go to my YouTube homepage, click videos, and watch my most recent full nutritional YouTube video, right? This is going to be released for y'all. Oh, it's already released? I thought it was released out, but I didn't know it was already released. But hopefully y'all enjoyed it. So we got 2 videos for y'all to watch. Birthday haul of all the gifts I got. And then birthday weekend in Atlantic City. Make sure to enjoy it and watch it. And you guys can always go to the playlist section on my YouTube homepage. And everything is organized. If you want to see Uniquely Mia's birthday, if you want to see my nails, if you want to see how much money I've saved so far, if you want to see some interviews that I've done with my mom, and this is to get to know Uniquely Mia, Queen Mother, a little better. Definitely recommend that you guys watch these, right? Watch these movies. Well, you can think about it as a movie, but you can watch these. We did Q&A videos. I also interviewed a bus operator, MTA bus operator. You guys can watch these, right? You want some life advice, you can watch that. So, yeah, and then if you want to see me in Canada, you can watch that. These are all the Canada videos for y'all. So everything is organized, right? Everything is organized on my channel. So when I say playlist, this is what I'm referring to, right? If you want to grow your YouTube channel, this was Philadelphia, right? You can watch some Philadelphia videos. But if you want to grow your YouTube channel and you want to figure out what worked for me, watch these, right? Watch these videos. And it's not going to be like, it's not going to automatically grow your channel, but it's some advice on what you can utilize, right? So everything is nice and organized for y'all. And a disclaimer for all the kids on the live stream. Don't watch that movie without parental consent. It is a horror movie. It is a rated R horror movie. It'll freak you out, all right? Especially if you've never seen a horror movie, if you're not a kid who watches horror movie. Don't watch the movie, right? Don't watch it, period. But if you do want to watch it, ask your guardian, right? Your guardian if you can watch the movie and listen to them. I take no responsibility for any trauma that you may suffer by watching that movie, right? So just a disclaimer in that movie. With that movie, what are we saying? No, misdemeanor. That's not misdemeanor. Midsummer. Some words look very similar to me, guys. I do apologize. But I haven't seen that one, Cats. I haven't seen that one. What's it about? I have to check that out. My beautiful son, Pari. What is that? I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, but you're beautiful as well. Glad you could be here. What's your day like? What country you tune in from? Kat said, okay, I'll just say the man. Okay, the man can because he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. What? He makes what taste good? I think I lost track of the conversation, guys. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I lost track of the conversation. We are back. Kat said this is the most organized channel on YouTube. Thank you so much, Cats. Yeah, I do try to make my content organized for y'all because I feel like when it comes to my schoolwork, I try to be as organized as possible. And when it comes to my professional endeavors, I try to be organized as possible. And this is a professional endeavor. It really is. YouTube, it definitely is that for me. So shout out to you guys who are engaged with the content and has allowed me to become monetized because of that. It is a professional endeavor. So when you're doing something that's professional, right, you do want it to be organized as possible. And I think organization just makes people more likely to engage with the content, right? So you can find a specific video. Because I understand that people who subscribe to Uniquely Mia, not everybody subscribe because they want to see all my content. I have some people who only subscribe to me for my Guyana videos. I have some people who only subscribe to me because of my live streams, because of my technology, manicure videos, food videos, and etc. Right? So for those individuals who only subscribe to me for one type of content, thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I want to make the content as organized as possible so you guys can find it. I will say the only thing that's not organized, which I do want to organize in the future, but that would be so much, is the live streams. Like right now, the live streams are organized only like in the live stream section. They're not in playlists. They're not divided based on like content. And I want to organize that, but like I have so many live streams. I know I have so many live streams. That would just be so much for me to organize. So I don't know if live streams will ever be in its own playlist, right? There are some live streams that's in the playlist, like my birthday live streams, etc. Those are on playlists, but like outside of that, I don't think that's ever going to be organized. So when I can, I do try to be organized. Okay, what are we saying? What are you saying? Syria said, Mia be the Simon Cowell food review. No, I will say when it comes to food, Syria, I give my honest opinion about food. I really, really do. Sometimes I've posted food reviews on other social media platforms and they come after me in the chat because they're like, you're talking about my food? What do you mean? You don't know what you're talking about. How you said the food is nasty? I'm like, I'm just sharing my opinions. But when it comes to food, I'm a big foodie. It may not always seem like it, particularly when I'm at school, because like my school doesn't have good food, right? But I try to give my honest opinion when it comes to food, because like my family and I, we don't get food for free. We tend to spend a lot of money on food sometimes, and if we don't like something, we're going to be as honest with it as possible. And if we do really like it, we're once again going to be as honest with that as possible. Kat said, LOL, that's like, oh, they have a song for him? Wow, that's crazy. Hey, how you doing, Mark? Glad you could be here. Thank you so much. You subscribed because you like my brain. Shout out to you, Mark. That's really, really nice. Thank you so much for that. I like that compliment. You subscribed to me because of my brain. Thank you so much. Like, slay to you, Mark. Slay. That's so funny. I gotta stop saying slay. But no, thank you for that. Thank you. And if you want to see more of Uniquely Mia's brain, or hear more of what Uniquely Mia has in her brain as it relates to academics, I will tell you to go to my YouTube homepage, click playlists, and scroll down to my, education videos / education playlist, and happy watching. Kat said, It Lives Here. It Lives Here is about a first-generation Indian immigrant, okay, who is trying to assimilate, okay, to her white high school, but her old middle school friends get possessed. Oh, snap. Oh, man. By an ancient Indian demon. Wow. I'll have to check that movie out. That sounds scary, but it sounds iffy. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that, man. Like, the minute my friend is possessed, I'm like, I want to help you, but like, I don't want no bad entities on me. I don't know if I could be friends with you. No, I'll take you to a church. But like, I believe in entities, and I believe people can latch on to. I believe in a higher part of myself, so best believe I believe in ghosts, and I do think things can latch on to you. So like, if you're around somebody who's possessed or think they're possessed, that thing can latch on to you too. And I'm like, I don't want that latching on to me. So no, that's scary, man. Kat said, so she has to confront her Indian culture. Oh, to get rid of the demon. Oh, okay. So it sounds like more so a horror movie, but like more so of a horror movie that's like allowing them to get into touch. Is that the correct word? I feel like get into touch, or like build that connection with their culture. Okay. Like a coming of age, but more so coming of religion or culture movie. Oh, Under the Blood. Oh, Sirius said, I'll check it out, Cats. Yeah, I'll definitely check that one. What's the name of that movie, too, Cats? What was the name of that movie? but I rebuke any spirits or entities or etc. I rebuke that in the name of the higher power, like the Holy Spirit, whatever. I rebuke that. Like, I'm protected. My family's protected. The supporters who also rebuke that is protected, right? We're safe. I got my silver. I got everything, right? And so I do know silver is a good tool to keep away demons or whatever, because you know why? Sam and Dean Winchester and Supernatural used it. That's why. And if you look at any culture, almost any culture, to make sure that bad entities or demons stay away, they always have silver. So uniquely Mia got her silver bracelet, we're good. Alright? I'm rebuking that. I'm good. Like, ain't nothing latching on to me. Nothing at all. Ain't nothing latching on to me, man. That's scary. But imagine those people who actually have stuff happen. But you know what's so funny too? 9 times out of 10, most people, particularly when you watch horror movies, like look at, what is it? Look at The Conjuring. The Conjuring was based on a true story, right? Like Ed and Lorraine Warren and their hauntings. Most of the entities, like most of the negative entities that latched onto families, those were non-believers. Like they were oftentimes non-believers. They didn't believe in like this demons. They didn't believe in entities like that. And you know what that tells me? That tells me that belief is very powerful. And like sometimes when people don't believe in things, you're opening the door for this entity, particularly this negative entity, to come into your life and be like, you don't believe in me? Okay, bet. You're an easy victim for me. So I believe, so ain't nothing negative gonna be coming at me, particularly as it relates to a demon or a negative entity. And Queen Mother's a high priestess, so we're good, guys. We're good. So yeah, I don't know how we pivoted to that conversation, but just know belief is very powerful. So have a good positive belief system, guys. Love Positive said, once you believe, you wear silver, so you wear your protection. Exactly. Yeah, I've never take off the silver bracelet. The only time I take off the silver bracelet is when I had to take an exam and you couldn't wear any jewelry. But outside of that, I always have my bracelet on, my silver bracelet. It never comes off. My rings will come off, everything else, but silver, that stays on me. For sure. So yeah, I should do a research. Somebody should research the significance of silver. Let's actually research it. What is the significance of silver in cultures? But every culture has their story related to silver. This is a quick Google thing. Like, Google is never actually a valid source, but for this purposes, we're gonna go off of Google. As I always say, fact check the information, even the information that I tell you. But Google said silver's cultural significance spans purity, protection, wealth. Where's my wealth at? And spirituality. I mean, my monetary wealth. Okay, my mom loves me, my family loves me, so I have that type of wealth. But like, where's the monetary one? Linking to the moon, so that's where we get the werewolf aspect with the moon. Divine forces and healing across civilizations. Okay, I didn't know it heals. They said from ancient Egypt. Wow, they said ancient Egyptians valued it over gold, so silver is better than gold in Egypt. To Native Americans using it for earth connection. They said Indian weddings for prosperity. And in Chinese culture, they got the warding off the evil spirits. Yeah, America don't got nothing with silver, honestly. That's what all the hauntings we have here. Making it powerful symbol for status, heritage, and enduring beauty. Well, we just all learned something new about silver. Silver is better than gold according to these cultures, and it has a lot more things outside of warding off evil spirits. I need some more silver then. I need some more. Okay. Wow. Very cool. Very interesting. Oh, let's do gold now. Let's do gold. I guess this live stream is now pivoting to like, what's the significance of precious metal? So let's do gold. What's the significance of gold in cultures? All right, so people, according to Google, once again, Google said gold's significance across culture is profound. Wow, profound. Okay, symbolizing wealth, money. Okay, power. I'm a dictator. Give me all the power. And divinity and purity. Okay. And eternity. Eternity? What? A whole bunch of ghosts supposed to give me immortality is what you're telling me? Let me read what Kat said before I continue on. Kat said, I hear gold and diamonds isn't even that precious. Wow. We make it precious as humans. Wow. I can definitely see that, though. I can definitely see that. But right off the bat, based on my research, just the quick Google search, gold doesn't have as much qualities, if that makes sense, or characteristics as silver does. But let's continue reading what gold does. They said gold is often appearing in rituals for weddings, births, wow, and religious rites. Okay, as a connection to the divine, like Egypt's sun god Ra, a maker of status, royalty, and leaders. Okay, a symbol of prosperity in India and South Asia, and an element of tradition. It is used in everything from amulets to sacred artifacts to represent enduring values, blessings, and spiritual connection. It is rare. It is rarity. Its rarity, luster, and resistance to tarnish makes it universally revered for making life's most important moments and connecting it to the maternal world with the spirits, with the spiritual. Okay. So yeah, gold doesn't have as much qualities as silver does. It just seems like gold is like for power. They said for marriage, for birth, which is really interesting, right? So like you said, Cats, it seems like more so for gold, that those are like social or like social characteristics. We gave gold power. Like people who have a lot of gold, we gave them a lot of power. More so for silver, based on that quick definition, it seems like people and cultures think silver has a lot more different things, right? So we're gonna do, what are we gonna do next? We're gonna do diamond next, I think. Quick break. All right, so we're gonna do we're going to do we're gonna look into oxen, we're gonna look in or the onyx, we're gonna look into onyx, we're gonna look into diamond, and then Kat said jade in the chat as well. Like jade is more rare than both. I've never seen a piece of jade, I don't think. What does jade look like? I don't think I've ever seen that, but Google that. Sirius said, if we ever need silver to survive, Mia, we are coming for you. You don't need to come for me. You can get silver made. Like you can buy silver. Like I've had my bracelet since I was a baby. I think my mom got the silver from South America. So like if you ever plan a vacation from South America, right? To South America, you can buy silver there and you can get it made, right? Or even in America sometimes. They have like the silver here, but just make sure it's not diluted silver. So like silver is not hard to get. I mean, I guess no, that's some of my like, I guess I can't say that. That's my bias saying silver is not hard to get. But like if you travel to certain countries where they have a lot of these natural minerals, it's not hard to get and you can get it. And I don't think my mom paid a lot to get the silver and like make the jewelry. So yeah. Okay. Kat said, yeah, Mia's dripping in it, so you guys see a lot of silver. Okay, in all honesty, this is silver. This ring is silver. My mom, she did have this ring custom made for me in South America, and she did buy the silver. I think in total, she probably paid maybe like $200 or $300 for this. That's not bad. For a custom silver ring, that's affordable in my book, right? So, you see, it's not terrible to make. It's not too pricey, but she got this from Guyana, South America. And then this bracelet, like I said, she's had it. I've had it since I was a baby. All she had to do was like constantly make it bigger and bigger and bigger for me. I don't know how much she paid for this. I really don't. And then this, I don't know how much she paid for this, but these are all the silver. So I have 3 pieces of silver on me. 3 pieces of silver. I don't know what this is. This could be silver, but this I got it from this is my high school class ring. I don't know. But I say that to say, y'all need to come for me. If just travel to the right place and you can get silver at an affordable price for sure. What are we saying? Evan said, hey cats. Hey Evan, welcome back. What'd you do off stream? Evan, did you watch a thing? Oh yeah, we just had a movie review about it, but we'd love your takes on it, your opinions. Evan said, I'm going to be starting work soon. Okay, nice. You're not happy about it. You wanted another vacation, to be honest. I might just do a sneaky vacation before I start. Very nice. Where do you plan on going? Where do you plan on going? What are we saying? Most woke movie in the world is They Live. I don't think I've ever seen that. I have to check that movie out. Evan said, Mia Silver makes you look like you are one of those germs. Who is that? I don't know who that is, Evan. I don't know who that is. I know what that is. But honestly, if it makes me look like something, that is 100% okay. As long as I'm uniquely me and I know what it means to me, I'm all good. So let's see the significance of a diamond now. Okay. So diamond signifies strength, purity, love, and eternity across culture. It's viewed as a divine gift with invincibility. That is true. I mean, diamonds, you really can't break a diamond. And healing power in ancient times, okay, becoming symbols of lasting devotion and commitment, especially an engagement ring since the 15th century. So once again, that man-made concept that, like, you need a man to buy you a diamond ring. I'll buy my own diamond ring. But we can see how it's saying love for the diamond ring, right? With the engagement aspect of it. And representing wealth, success, and spiritual enlightenment in modern context from ancient Hindu beliefs and spiritual. A lot of this thing is relating to Hindu beliefs, honestly. I'm now seeing that. This is the most well-documented, I guess, culture with this jewelry significance. All right. So diamonds is just invincibility, has that spiritual power, healing, and love, essentially, is what we're seeing. And then the last one we'll do is jade. Let's see. What are we saying? Hey, Midwest, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Evan said I was a little kind of not as productive as usual as my heater broke. Yeah, that is 100% okay. I do remember you said that earlier. That is okay not to be productive when it's cold in your house. I totally understand that. I will say I have not been the most productive over the past few days either because I haven't been feeling well. So I kind of have an excuse, and I know it can feel really bad when you're not productive, when you want to be productive, right? But so much you could do. So yeah, what are we saying? Kat said, yeah, it seems like people don't like to think. Okay, no, never mind, I'm good. Yeah, I was just one of those movies, I feel like. Evan said, I want to definitely do the camping trip. Okay, nice. Desperately, but unsure if I will have time as work is being pushy. Evan said, okay, having very strange nightmares, and in each and every single one I forget my whole staircase, wow, or something important like your phone, and I'm always on the plane realizing when it happened. Oh wow. Well, I guess you said you're planning your next vacation outside of your country, so maybe those dreams are just reminding you to pack days in advance, right? Guys, when you have trips that you're excited about, because it does matter. Like when I have airplane trips where I'm coming back to school, I'm packing the day of, or at least the night before. I'm not excited. But if I'm going on a vacation and I'm super duper excited, my suitcase is packed a week to 2 weeks before. So what type of packers are you guys? Are you like a 1 to 2 week packer, or are you the day of packer? And I say all this to say, Evan, maybe your dream is telling you that. He said, I do remember in a previous stream, you're like, you're planning to go on a vacation outside of your country, and now you're having nightmares about you forgetting stuff when you're on a plane. If you're normally like a day of packer, pack the week before, so that way you can obviously recheck your suitcase and make sure you didn't forget anything. Evan said, it's always something like your phone. Okay, read that. Okay, Cat's thing seems secret. Evan said, I really want to just be, get a bob cut at the moment. Your long hair is annoying. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Hopefully, I'm sure it'll look good. I'm sure it'll look good on you. Very nice. So let's see the jade, the importance of jade in cultures. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm uniquely Mia. Also, oh, jade is pretty. I don't own a piece of jade, but it's pretty. But I'm uniquely Mia, also known as Mia for everyone who's on the stream. If you're curious to know what's happening, I'm just Googling some like precious metals, we can say, and seeing what the significance or importance of them are. So I've done silver, I've done gold, I've done diamonds. Right now we're gonna do jade, and then we're gonna move on to onyx or oxen. No, onyx. We're gonna move on to that one, which is this black stone right here, and then we're just gonna see, hey, what is Google saying the significance of it are or means. And if you have any questions, if you want to get my opinion on something, feel free to type it in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer it for y'all. Evan said, you did leave cheese, okay, and strawberries in the fridge. Ooh, nice. Okay, last time was so annoying. Evan said, I am a last minute packer. I think about it for 2 weeks and then you move to the last 5 minutes. Oh no. So Evan said, I am the worst packer, absolute worst. I usually pack 35 pounds worth of clothes I don't need. Oh yeah, that often happens. Yeah, what I try to do when I pack, I try to like count out the days, and like if you're going to a place you know you're gonna shop, then you know you could pack like 1 to 2 less outfits or 3 outfits because you know you're obviously gonna buy clothes there, right? So but I understand that packing more clothes than you need. Welcome 8, glad you could be here. How are you doing today? Welcome from India. What's like in India today? Hey, how are you doing? Art or 2006, glad you could be here. You're 8 years old, you're gonna be 9 in the next 2 months. Well, happy early birthday. What are you planning on doing for your birthday? I'm from the United States. Evan said, I can finally use your voucher. Oh yeah, when you come to the United States. Okay, yeah, from the giveaway you won. Okay, cool. Okay, very nice. So let's see what Jade says. Google said Jade holds profound significance across cultures as a symbol of virtue, purity, powers, and immortality. Really? Okay. Deeply embedded in spiritual royale and daily life, particularly in China, where it signifies character and protection, and that's an ancient culture I don't want to butcher the pronunciation of. It also signifies it's prized over gold for eternity and divinity. And then in another culture, it represents ancestral connection. So it seems like most of these metals are valued over gold. So us as a modern society, we've given gold a lot of power and a lot of weight. Based on this quick Google search, gold is not worth that much according to these ancient cultures, honestly, unless you want to be wealthy and rich, right? Okay, let's see the onyx. Let's see what that is worth. What they're saying about that on Google. Okay. Somebody said, I often get somebody else to pack for me. Wow. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, you sound like my mom, honestly. She packs my mom. I pack my mom clothes for her when we're going on vacation together, and I did not know how good of a packer I was. Sometimes when my mom and I are going on like a vacation or weekend trips, sometimes 9 times out of 10, not sometimes, all the time, I pack her clothes. And what my mom tends to do, I would choose outfits for her, and she's like, ew, she doesn't like that. Ew, she doesn't like that, right? She's always so picky with the outfits I choose for her. Guys, when my mom took me on my birthday trip to Atlantic City, shout out to God, shout out to my mom, it was really cool. When she took me there, my mom was the one who packed my clothes, and my mom was the one who packed her clothes. When I tell you she packed the worst clothes ever, my mom packed clothes that was old and clothes that were not good in general. I'm like, what are you doing, Mom? You have a closet full of good clothes. What is this that you packed? And she was like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, what? Really, dude? So my mom is a terrible packer. When it comes to clothes. Because my mom has a closet, and I never knew that about my mom. I thought my mom would pack her good clothes. But it really showed me that, like, I'm a great packer for my mom, and she always be, like, fronting, you can say, or that's the best word I can use, even though I don't think it's a good English word at all, but that's the best word I can use to describe it, because anytime I pack for my mom, she's always so picky with the outfits I choose out. But when I tell you, she packed, like, the worst of the worst clothes for herself. Like, no, Mom, no, it was really bad, guys, it was really bad. But shout out to you, Evan, for having somebody pack for you. You think they do a better job. Hey, how are you doing, A? Glad you could be here. No, I'm not a teacher. I mean, I guess you can say I'm a social media teacher, right? Because I teach you guys about public administration, criminal justice. I share my knowledge related to that. When I travel to places, I teach you or show you about the culture. I teach you about nails. I give you guys recommend products. So in a way, I am a social media teacher, right? For sure. But like, I'm not an official teacher where like I work at a school or anything like that. No. But glad you could be here. Okay, what are we saying? Evan said, I have the same habits. I pack my old clothes. I don't take my good clothes. I don't know why. Yeah, like, I don't know why you guys do that either, Evan. I really don't. Do you feel like you're saving your outfit for something good to wear? But, like, when I saw my mom did that, I was like, what in the world are you doing, Mom? Because guys, I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you, my mom has more clothes than she can imagine. My mom has so many good clothes. And when I saw what she packed, I was like, really? That's what you pack? When her closet is filled with good clothes. It was so bad, guys. It was so bad, honestly. But let's see what what is it? Onyx? I keep saying it wrong. What is it? Onyx or Oxen? I think it's Onyx, right?
Onyx.
Onyx, okay. And the reason why I say words funny, I like to put the disclaimer in there because I know some people might have a lot to say about it. I saw a TikTok creator summarize it perfectly. The TikTok creator essentially said in that video, most of the things that she consumes, she reads it. She often doesn't she's not watching a lot of movies. She's not listening to a lot of people talk. So she's often reading it. And myself, I read a lot. I have no choice because I am a student, right? And I enjoy reading, right? And I read a lot of papers. So I read a lot in the world of academia, right? And even outside, because for fun, I read too. So when you read a lot, in our heads, at least in my head, words are pronounced differently. And when I have to say the word out loud, I'm pronouncing it how I hear it in my head or how I read it in my head, which is not the common or the correct pronunciation. So I say this to say, I know how to read, all right? I know how to read, all right? But I say words, particularly usernames, incorrect sometimes, most of the time, because I mostly consume my media by reading it. I don't hear other people talking it to me, and I don't really read out loud. So yeah, I like to put that disclaimer in there for y'all. But what is it?
Onyx.
Onyx. Okay, so my computer said it's onyx. So onyx symbolizes strength, protection, and self-control across many cultures, acting as a talisman. Ooh, let me do some magic. It's a talisman against, like Charmed. It's a protection. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Talisman, like Charmed. You get it? No? Okay. Acting as a talisman against negativity, the evil eye, and bad dreams. Okay, my mom slayed with that one. It's like she's a witch and she sent me a talisman to protect me. Okay, slay, okay. Now, when's my powers gonna unlock now? I have a talisman against negativity, the evil eye, and bad dreams. All right, while boosting inner fortitude, focus, and control, with ancient Greeks linking it to Venus and the Romans, using it for seals. Egyptians against protection, and Victorians for mourning. That's kind of morbid. Embodying themes from divine beauty to Solomon remembrance. Solemn remembrance. Okay, cool. I like talisman. Now my mom need to cast some spells and make sure I get what I want. Talisman. My mom is like she acts like as a witch sending me this. All right, very cool. High priestess with the magic sending me a talisman for protection. Cast some spells so I can get what I want now. All right, that would be great. That would be really great. But that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, Uniquely Me is not the one, guys. If I ever encounter a light witch who's going to teach me some magic, I'm doing it. I'm not one to run away from a witch. If it's a dark witch, I'll run away from you. But if I find a light witch who could teach me some good magic, I'm going to be her pupil. I'm going to be her student. They would have burned me at the stake in Salem. They really would have. That would have been really bad. I was born in the correct era. I was born in the right era, man. I really was. Anyway, what are you guys saying in the chat? People said, okay, read that. Evan said, I don't know why I do it, to be honest. It's just bad habits. Evan said, usually it's because I think that my suitcase might get lost. Okay, I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. That's why, like, when we travel, at least my family and we always have our valuables in our carry-ons or something, but our clothes or good clothes that we're really connected to, that goes in our carry-ons. And like if my mom travels with something that costs her a lot, right, it's going in our carry-on. But like clothes, like it would really suck. I've never lost my suitcase, right? But like, yeah, like I have so many clothes. Like if I were to lose my suitcase, I would be sad, but like I feel like I would be happy too, because it would take some clothes away from me, if that makes sense. I just have so much clothes. And I have a lot of clothes because I buy clothes on clearance, right? So when you buy clothes on clearance, you're gonna get good deals on clothes, so you want to buy it. And two, my clothes since like high school, even elementary school, sometimes I could fit into some elementary school shirts. It still fits me. But literally from high school, from freshman year, my clothes since high school still fits me, guys. So when my clothes still fits me, I'm not throwing away my clothes if it still fits me. So what happened in my life, the reason why I have like so many clothes, the way I describe I have so many clothes, is because I still have my clothes since high school because they still fit me. And then, obviously, as you age, your fashion sense is going to change, right? So when your fashion sense change, you want new clothes, and when you find clothes on sale, you're gonna want the clothes, right? So like in my, at least in my wardrobe, my clothes, I've just been buying new clothes, and I can't, like, I don't say can't because I could, but I haven't been donating my clothes because my super duper old clothes still fit me. Why am I gonna give away clothes that fit me perfectly fine and I still like them to wear, right? So that's why I'm happy. Like over the summer, if you were supporting, you saw it. My mom and I, we did a closet clean out, and I had a whole bunch of clothes in there, like good clothes that still fit me, right? I had a whole bunch of clothes, and my mom was looking at me. And she's like, "Why are you giving away your good clothes? They still fit you. Why are you giving away your good clothes?" Right? She didn't really like that. I looked at her and I'm like, "Mom, they don't. They fit me, but like I don't wear it anymore, and like I know I'm gonna buy more clothes in the future. Why should I keep it? It's just like accumulating. So like I was happy to give it away. Like I was like, take my clothes. So all those clothes went to Goodwill, and they were good clothes, and Goodwill probably upsold them for like $20. Like I tried selling them, but nobody bought them, so that really sucked. But I feel like it should be mandatory but my mom would really benefit from that ideal that like you need to give away your clothes before you buy new ones. Because my mom, when I tell you, anytime we have something good to, like, not even good to do, but like anytime my mom and my family's going somewhere, my mom needs a new outfit. My mom needs a new outfit. She has a shopping addiction, but I don't care because I like going to the mall too. So I really don't care. But when I tell you my mom has a shopping addiction, she has one. And her closet is ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. So it's my mom who should really go to the store and just donate all her good clothes because it's bad. What were you guys saying? Okay, read that. So I said all that to say, Evan, that I really don't care if my suitcase get lost. I'd probably be happy with that. I'll be sad, but I'll probably be kind of happy with that one because it'll take away some clothes from me. But I totally understand that perspective, right? Like be inside of your suitcase is lost because I like my jeans, and my jeans are very rare, and sometimes I pack my jeans in those suitcases, and I'll be sad if my jeans get lost because, like I said, my jeans are rare and I spend a lot of my jeans. Evan said, read that. V said, I only read and speak English, so I don't understand what you're saying when you type in a different language, but I'm from the United States, the US of A. Excuse me. What? Country time? Do you want to know what time it is? It's about 1 p.m. where I'm at. Hey, how are you doing? Six, glad you could be here. What's it like today in your country? Where are you tuning in from? Yeah, I don't read Hindu. I don't speak Hindu. So I only speak English and I only understand English. But if you understand me, you are more than welcome on the channel for your positivity and uniqueness. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I got fashion videos, eat with me, technology videos, travel videos, manicure videos, hair videos, and a lot more on my channel. In this live stream, we spoke about The Thing, the movie, right? We watched that movie, and we spoke about what we liked, what we didn't like. We also chose the new movie. So next Sunday, December 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be discussing I don't want to say the name of the movie. But we'll be discussing a movie. To find that movie, go to my YouTube homepage, click post, and you'll find the movie linked in that post, and just watch that movie by Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for next week, and we'll discuss it. We also looked into some precious metals, right? We Googled, well, I Googled gold, we Googled silver, we Googled the onyx, we Googled diamonds as well to see what their significance was. We also did look into jade a little bit. Some interesting results were showed, right? Silver came out on top every time, right? Except for onyx, right? But silver came out on top most of the time, which is very interesting to learn about. It's the underdog, right? So yeah, very cool, very cool. And if you guys have any other comments, any other questions or concerns, feel free to type it, and I'll be more than happy to answer it for y'all. As always, y'all lead the discussion, right? So my intended purpose of the stream was to, like, obviously see how everyone's doing, do the 12 p.m. live stream, but to mostly speak about The Thing, the movie. And if you guys have any other question, comment, or concerns, feel free to type it. If not, when the conversation dies down, that's somewhat as an indicator that the live stream may need to end. But at the same time, I'll still be here and I'll read some of your comments, see what's happening. Okay, Superman, you like Superman? Very cool. Yeah, Superman is cool. What are you saying? Welcome back, Syria. What'd you miss? You really didn't miss much. I did do that Google search about like the gold, the silver, the jade, and the onyx. We also spoke about like how much clothes Uniquely Via and Uniquely Mom has, and like whether we would be happy or not if our clothes got lost, right? We discussed that a little bit. So yeah, that was basically it. What are we saying? I'm from the United States, US of A, America, North America. So yeah. Kat said, I can't wait to just have a chill weekend. I'm so tired. Okay, so you're ready for next weekend to come. Okay, nice. Well, just get through this week, Kat. Stay positive. Keep on persevering. Keep on persevering, but before you know it, right, it'll be Christmas, right? Do you guys work on Christmas? Or I don't think people work on Christmas, but like how much time, like what's your Christmas holiday look like? I know some people have like a week off for Christmas. Some people have like 4 days off or just Christmas Day off. What does it look like in your country or like at your job if you guys have like a job that like where you gotta go in person and stuff like that? Because next week's Christmas, right? No. Yeah, next week's Christmas, right? Let me go to my calendar. I don't know. Yeah, next week's Christmas. Next week, Thursday's Christmas. Evan said, I'm feeling the tiredness from, for the first time too. You're visiting the U.S. next week? Okay, very nice. Have a great time in the United States, right? What country are you visiting? I mean, what state are you visiting if you're comfortable sharing? You don't have to share if you don't want to. Evan said, we get 3 days usually. Okay, cool. But we can work those... we can work those days. I usually think for extra cash, I usually do... Oh, as choir. Okay, very cool. Okay, nice. Okay, you have a job in America. Okay, cool. Evan said, good God, I have to go out on Tuesday, and I hate Christmas rushes, but we'll go out early to avoid them. Oh, yeah. Oh, you still have to Christmas shop for people? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing. I remember last year, I think like a day before Christmas, literally on Christmas Eve, I think my mom was still buying Christmas gifts for people. Like, I think last year, the day on Christmas Eve, when we went to 34th Street, and it was really busy. Like, it wasn't ridiculously busy, I think, but like, it was still pretty busy, honestly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if people's gonna get gifts wrapped this year. At least in my family, like normally I would go to the dollar store and buy wrapping paper, but like I don't even know if the dollar store is gonna be open. Last time I went to the dollar store in my neighborhood, it was closed. But I don't even know if people's gonna get their gifts wrapped this year. Do I actually want to do all that? I don't know. We'll see. Kat said, I just don't work on Christmas Day. I work the day before and after. Oh, you gotta work the day after? Okay. Well, the day after is Friday, so it should still be a holiday because, like, it's Kwanzaa. Isn't like the Black Christmas, Kwanzaa? So you should get the day off on Friday, too, for Christmas, but I guess it's not, like, a federally recognized holiday as of yet, Kwanzaa. Evan said, Cats, I start in January now. Evan said, I wanted to get a short vacation in, but I probably won't have time. Okay. Evan said, I would want to do somewhere very warm, but I don't know where to go. Okay, well, hey, you can always buy my book, The Adventures of Uniquely Mia, From the USA to the Caribbean West Indies. It's packed, which is now available on Amazon. and you can read about it, and maybe it'll encourage you to visit the island of Grenada, Evan. It's a warm tropical island. They got pretty, like, one of the best beaches, my mom said. Nutmeg ice cream, don't really go for the food. The food's not that good, unless you're going to KFC or Pizza Hut, right? But nutmeg ice cream is really good. You get the beaches, and you'll get that tropical vibes in for sure. So, yeah. Hey, Happy King, blessed Sunday to you. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. Thank you so much for asking. Always a pleasure when you're on. What's your Sunday looking like? Evan said, hey, Syria. Okay, cool. Evan said, I will get the book. I've been meaning to look into it. Is there a link in your profile? Yeah, if you go to my YouTube homepage and click links, a link should take you, there should be multiple links. There's one to TikTok, there's one to Amazon. So just click the link that's going to take you to Amazon. And since you said you want to plan a vacation somewhere tropical, but you don't know where to go, maybe by reading it, obviously you'll like gain some cross-cultural experiences, learn a little bit more about Uniquely Mia, but you'll also, it could also motivate you to visit that island, right? Okay, Kat said, I'm deciding to work. I don't have to. Okay, the bonus pay is good, and I'm not doing anything those days, and they're half days. Okay, very nice. So yeah, you see, it all worked out. It all works out. So that is okay, 100%. So sounds like a good plan, and hopefully you guys have a great Christmas with your family, or if you're spending it by yourself, hey, buy yourself your own Christmas gift. I've never bought myself my own Christmas gift, but you know what? I might buy myself a Christmas gift. No, I'm not. I really don't want anything. Everything I want, I already got it. But who knows? Maybe. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll make myself a Christmas gift. My mom says she wants to make a specific gift for my nephew. I can't tell you because I don't know. He's not going to watch the stream this long, but I'm still not going to tell you since it's not like my gift, it's my mom's, right? But my mom wants to make a specific gift for my nephew, and it requires like arts and craft and stuff for clothing. So I can make that myself, one for myself, and wrap it up. And on Christmas Day, I can unwrap it. And I lied to you earlier. I said I've never bought myself my own Christmas gift. That is a lie. Last year, I did buy myself a book for Christmas. It was cool. It's used to decorate my room now. So it's nice. What are we saying? Come to India. One day, Uniquely Mia, Queen Mother, will definitely make our way over to India for sure. Hey, Raven, glad you could be here. Evan said, I hate giving Christmas gifts. I don't know why I can't choose for anyone. Yeah, that's I feel like, yeah, I can understand that because I've gotten some not the best Christmas gifts at all, right? I feel like the best gift to give somebody is cash, but like people always feel iffy about giving people cash. I don't understand that. I really don't, because sometimes people go to the store and they'll spend like $20, $40 on a Christmas gift. You should just give that person that $20, $40, especially if you don't know what to get them. But I feel like the idea of giving people cash, people don't like that. But like, you're right, you'll buy something for somebody and like they're still not gonna like it. The amount of times people have bought me gifts and I'm like, thank you, but I still haven't worn it or I still haven't used it because it's just not something that like I like, right? Yeah, it's happened numerous times. It's the only person who ever gets it right is my mom. Like, literally, that's the only person who ever gets my gifts right. And I'm not just saying that because she's my mom. If she gets me something I don't like, I'm not gonna like it, but like, she's the only person who's ever got me a gift. I'm like, okay, you actually put thought into your gift. You actually knew what I would like for my gift, right? So yeah. But I feel like it's difficult for me to shop for like my mom for Christmas. Sometimes, not all the time. It's easy for, well, no, it's less lie. It's easy for me to shop for my mom for Christmas. I tend to get people stuff that they need, that they I know they look like they need, but they're not going to get it themselves. It's hard to shop for my mom for a birthday. That's what I will say. But like for other people in my family, I find it's difficult to shop for those people for Christmas because one, it's like I know you, but I kind of don't know what you would want for Christmas. And then at the same time, I'm like, how much? And it's really bad. I know it's bad. I know I shouldn't do it, but I can't help myself. But at the same time, when I shop for people for Christmas gifts, who's not my mom, I'm like, okay, how much money should I spend on you? Because I'll spend a lot of money on you, but then when you buy me a gift, I know you didn't spend a lot on me, right? And I know it's bad. I know I shouldn't do that. I know I shouldn't look at it like that. But I guess I'm like that because all the money, like I have a job, right? But like
I don't have the same amount of income as you have. So like if I'm spending a lot on my gift and you don't spend a lot on me, or you don't put a lot of thought into my gift, that seems like I wasted my money on you. It's bad, but that's why it's so difficult for me to shop for people for Christmas, honestly. Kat said, that's why I buy my gifts on sale. So that's a hint for you too, Evan. For next year and everybody else on sale, everybody else on stream, next year for Christmas, just buy your gifts off season and you won't have to worry about the cost. And if they like it, that's the plus. And if they don't like it, you got it on sale, right? What do we say? What's the best place to visit in India? That's a great question. Okay. I'll have to Google that place. I've never heard of that place before. Then again, I've only heard of Mumbai, but I'll definitely Google it since you said it's beautiful. Yeah, I was just thinking in the back of my head, the amount of supporters who want Uniquely to Mia to come to India. I'm like, when my mom and I finally go to India, we'll just like a whole bunch of people know who Uniquely Mia is in the back of my head. I always think that because, guys, the amount of times I've gotten invites to India on stream is ridiculous. It's like that's one of the countries that, like, anytime people say they're from that country, they're like, come to that country, come to that country, come to that country. So that's probably one of those countries that, like, when my family and I, when we finally make it over to India, maybe not everybody, but like I feel like when I walk on the street, almost everyone will probably know who Uniquely Mia is. So yeah. Evan said, for me, India isn't a place I'd visit. Being Asian, why not? Myself, I would avoid Arab countries too. Why though? Why do you say that? India's a beautiful country. Yeah, for sure. One day we're gonna go to India. Like, I want to travel. I'm gonna go to all the countries in the world as long as it's safe and decent. I say that, but I do know, being an American, like being a female, being a minority, it's not feasible to do that just because of safety reasons, right? So I'm gonna visit all the countries in the world that I can visit as long as I have the funds to do so, and it's safe for me to visit those countries for sure. So, yeah, for sure. I think that's how you gain cross-cultural experiences and etc. Hey Glenn, glad you could be here. Evan said the way they behave towards women. Yeah, and in those countries, I'm not going there. Like there are specific countries that I know I refuse to go to because of the laws they have against women, the laws that they have keeping females down, right? So those countries are like, hey, I'm not going towards you. And that's what I'm saying. Like any country I visit, any country my family and I visit or want to visit or plan to visit, we always do our research into the country. Like obviously I say that now and look at like one of the countries that my mom really wants to go to, and by default, I'm gonna go with her. She really wants to go to Dubai, right? She really wants to go to Dubai. That's a country she's always talking about. Dubai, you need, like, when you go to Dubai, you need a man there. Okay, you don't need one. There are females who visit Dubai, right, without males, but it is more so, Dubai is going to be, based on people who have traveled there, that country is going to be more nice to you if you're a female, if you have a man with you. So obviously, Stu needs to be there when my mom decides to visit Dubai. You need to dress more modestly, right? It's not a mandate. You see videos of people in Dubai, they're wearing bikinis and all that. But to be respectful of the country, you're wearing stuff that covers you up. You're wearing the headscarf sometimes, right? You're just being more respectful. So I say all that to say, that's one country that probably doesn't have the best laws towards females, but my family and I, we still want to visit that country. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that we're respectful to the laws when we go to that country. Now, there are other countries that I will not name, right? Because I do know I have supporters from that country, right? But there are countries I will not name that I know I'm not going to, even if I could go there for free. If they invite me for free, I'm not going to your country. Why? Because they have laws that are literally, they keep females down. It is severely negative. It is so negative towards females in that country. That's someplace I'm like, no, never in my life I'm visiting in that country, right? So, yeah. So I say all that to say, make sure to do your research when you look at countries that you want to visit. I feel like stereotypes are very powerful. Let's not always latch onto stereotypes too. But yeah, what are we saying? India is a beautiful country. Okay, read that. Okay, come to India. Okay, we got that again. All right, guys. So that was definitely a pivot, right? As I like to say, my new phrasing to describe Uniquely Mia's channel is like a box of chocolates. I really like watching Barbie Life in the Dream House, and I always say Ken said that to Barbie one time, right? So, but Uniquely Mia's channel really is like a box of chocolates. Like when you buy a box of chocolates, 9 times out of 10, it's an assortment of chocolates, right? You have like the milk chocolate, you got the dark chocolate, you got the raspberry chocolate. I've never had raspberry chocolate in my life. We're just throwing it out there. You got the peanut chocolate. You got a lot of different chocolates. And I say that to say on Uniquely Mia's channel, particularly on Uniquely Mia's live stream, you'll never know what you get, right? We spoke about the most random things on this stream. When I first started the live stream, did I think we would have these discussions related to these topics? No, I did not. Did we have these discussions? Yes, we did. Was it enjoyable? To me, it was. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. I do hope y'all learned something, right? Whether, I don't know, that was related to cross-culture experiences, just related to fun. Maybe it made you think a little differently, right? Yeah, as long as you got something from it, hopefully it was entertaining. That was good. So, do we have any other comments, any other questions, or any other concerns for me? If you do, feel free to type it. I'll be more than happy to answer it and read it. Yeah, for sure. But if not, I'll go ahead and end the stream for today. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me. For that live stream, the purpose of that stream, there's not really a specific topic to talk about. It's just to update y'all and have a chat session, see how everyone's doing, see if your Monday was interesting, entertaining, etc. If anything fascinating happens to Uniquely Mia before then, we'll definitely talk about it on tomorrow's live stream. So thank you V, thank you Evan, thank you Glenn, thank you Sarah, thank you Happy King, thank you Love Positive, thank you Cats and Pokemon, thank you Drake, thank you Raven, thank you King of the Weather, thank you Cute, thank you Tyler, thank you Mark, thank you M, thank you Thrift. Thank you everyone for being on today's live stream. I know I didn't shout out everybody, but thank you everybody for being here. Special thanks to Thrift for today. They have purchased gifts for today's live stream. Really appreciate them for going that extra mile. And as Sirius said, don't forget to watch that movie because we will be discussing that movie on December 21st, which is next week Sunday. This is something fun we could do, something that that you guys have requested in prior weeks, and what we're doing on most Sundays, the Sundays that I do not go to the gym, we're all going to watch the same movie, and then for the Sunday live streams at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be discussing those movies, right? Just so, because I like talking about movies. You guys as the supporters, y'all seem to like talking about movies, and it definitely brings some cohesion and uniformity to the live stream because we have something to talk about that we know about before. So as Sirius said, don't forget to watch that movie by Sunday, December 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for spending time with Uniquely Mia. You're never getting that time back, and it really means a lot that you guys decided to spend it here. If you want more of Uniquely Mia after the live stream, all you have to do is go to my YouTube homepage, either watch my fully nutritional YouTube video, watch one of my prior live streams, or YouTube shorts. Let's see what we're saying. Yes, Syria, as you said, you guys have the whole week, so no excuses. So you guys should definitely watch that movie if you want. No, and I didn't think about it that way, literally a whole week. So yeah, and I'll see you guys soon, all right? So stay positive, and as Queen Mother Uniquely Mom always says, don't let anybody rob you of your joy. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.